Hey guys, so today we're making some homemade cinnamon rolls. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get started with the recipe. So we're going to start by making our dough. So I'm going to add in about a cup of warm milk just until it's about 115 degrees Fahrenheit. And then I'm going to add in 1 packet of instant dry yeast. And I'm going to stir that up and let it sit for a few minutes just to activate the yeast. Next, I'm going to add in 2 eggs that I have brought to room temperature. And then I have 1/3 of a cup of butter. You can use unsalted or salted. And then I'm also going to add in about a teaspoon of salt, as well as a 1/2 cup of some granulated sugar. And then I'm also going to use 4.5 cups of bread flour. And so I'm only going to put in 4 cups of it right now, and I reserved 1/2 of a cup just to add it if I needed it. I didn't want to add all of it and then it'd be too much. And I'm just going to mix this on low to start out, and then I'm going to speed it up. And so I got this recipe online from someone else, and I will be sure to list that in the description box below, but it is supposed to be a Cinnabon copycat recipe. And so if you've ever been to the mall and you have a Cinnabon store at your local mall, baby, those cinnamon rolls are so good. And so this is supposed to be a copycat recipe, is it like that? And so this is me adding in a little bit of that bread flour that I reserved. And so I felt like the dough was still a bit sticky. And so I'm just going to add in the 1/2 cup of bread flour as needed. And I'm just going to keep mixing it until my dough is nice and combined and it comes, apart from the bowl. And so I am going to put the recipe in the description box below. And I'm going to tell you guys the measurement in like cups, but as I've been baking more and more, I do measure out in grams because it is more accurate and you get a better product in the end. Because I've noticed, like, if I measure it out with grams, and then I've also compared it to like measuring out with my measuring cup, and it's not the same. You're using way more ingredients than you think you need when you measure it out in cups. So invest in a scale. But anyway, I'm gonna proof my dough. So I'm just I put it in a different bowl, and I'm going to cover it with some plastic wrap and a towel, and I am going to let that proof while I make the filling for the cinnamon rolls. So again, I'm going to add in about a 1/2 cup of some butter, and you want it to be really soft, almost to the point of melting. And then I'm adding in a cup of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. And then I'm just going to mix this up. I should have mixed it longer than I did so that it would be easier to spread. But that's okay. I made it do what it do. And so this is what's going to go on the inside of our dough. And so now that the dough has doubled in size, I'm going to roll it out. So I'm just going to add a little bit more flour to my work space, as well as on the dough and my rolling pin. And I'm going to roll this out into a rectangle, although mine is more like an oval rectangle. But just roll it out until it's a nice and even, so that you can start to put your spread on here. And so the dough did proof for 30 minutes. It just proofed for 30 minutes in that bowl prior to doing this. And so I'm just spreading my cinnamon sugar filling, and I ended up just using my hand because it was a lot easier. And I'm just going to roll this up nice and tight. So you want to make sure you tuck and roll until you get a nice log. And then I cut mine into 12 rolls, but you could also cut this smaller if you want. It just really depends on what size pan you're going to use. And so now that my cinnamon rolls are nice and formed, I'm going to grease a pan. You want to grease it. I use butter. I'm just going to put my rolls in here. And so again, it's 12 rolls, and these need to proof again. So I'm going to put some plastic wrap on there, and then cover it with my towel again, and let this rise for an additional 20 minutes. And you want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And so here I have about a half a cup of whole milk. And so for the recipe, it said to use heavy cream, but I didn't have heavy cream, so I just used whole milk, or you can use coffee creamer or half and half. And so I'm just going to put this in the oven, 375 degrees Fahrenheit. For I let mine cook for 30 minutes, but you can check it after about 22 minutes, but mine needed the full 30 minutes. And so while that's baking, I'm going to make the cream cheese frosting. So I have 2 cups of some powdered sugar, as well as some cream cheese. It's about 6 ounces of cream cheese, as well as I have some butter here. And so it's about a third of a cup of butter, and I added in some vanilla extract. You can use a mixture of vanilla and rum extract. The recipe that I'm using, it said maple extract, so it's really about what flavor you're going for this. And so this is the consistency that you want to look for. And so these are the cinnamon rolls after they have come out of the oven. And so a few of them do have like part of like the inside started to pop up. I don't know why they did that. It could have been the pan that I'm using, but who knows. And so you want to let your cinnamon rolls cool off before you put your frosting on it, because you don't want I can't talk today. You don't want the frosting or icing to melt. So make sure your cinnamon rolls are nice and cool. And this is the finished product. So I am just going to take one of these out. And they are nice and fluffy, which is why we use the bread flour to make it nice and fluffy. It has a nice amount of the sugar mixture on the inside. That cream cheese frosting is nice and delicious. It even has like some caramelization on the bottom, which is why you want to use the heavy cream or whole milk. But I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I truly appreciate the support, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.